I think I have changed generations because I helped the grandpa, and after that the father, and now I'm helping the kids. So that means that whatever I was doing or I'm doing, I'm changing lives, no? Because in the first generation was not even in their mind was something that was not possible, being immigrant.
Welcome to the Dream Home Podcast, the show where real estate meets real talk. Hosted by John Nagle, a seasoned expert with over $7 billion in real estate financing experience. This podcast features top realtors, builders, and financial pros. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we've got the tools to help you make smarter moves. Here's your host, John Nagle.
Welcome back to another episode of the Dream Home Podcast, where we explore the people, places, and programs that help turn your dream of homeownership into reality. I'm your host, John Nagle of CMG Home Loans. Today, I'm honored to be joined by a force of nature and one of the top real estate agents in the country, Artemisa Boston of eXp Realty in Minnesota. In the latest NAREP Top 250 Latino Agents report, Artemisa ranked number 4 overall in the U.S. with 223 transactions and $68 million in volume, number 1 in the top 50 Latino agents by buyer side transactions, and number 2 on the top 100 agents in the Midwest region. She's repeatedly recognized by Real Trends as number 1 in Minnesota by sides and among national leaders. You may have seen her on CE Shop's Innovation Award feature and multiple interviews sharing how she serves first-time and Spanish-speaking buyers with compassion and serious results. With over 20 years of experience, more than 200 closings annually, and national recognition from Real Trends, NAREP, and multiple media outlets, Artemisa is a true industry leader. Her innovative model with showing partners, bilingual service, and deep community commitment make her a powerhouse. Artemisa, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much for the invitation. How are you?
I'm good. And how are you doing today?
Really good. Thank you.
Good. It looks like you have beautiful weather there in Minnesota. So I'm like I said, I'm a little jealous because I used to live there, as I mentioned. So yes,
really beautiful.
Stay there, correct?
Yes, it's so beautiful. It's kind of Mexico City. It's a little bit not too cold, not too hot. It's perfect.
Good. Awesome. Well, Artemisa, let's kick things off with a big one. What are your superpowers in real estate? What makes you stand out as the go-to agent in Minnesota and beyond?
I am extremely a hard worker person. I work really, really hard. But also, I use different systems, and I am the queen of delegation. So I have a lot of talented people around me that help me to be successful. And in the beginning, when you're a real estate agent, we think that we need to do everything. And sometimes people that is more talented than you can help you to be successful. And I learned that some people can do stuff better than me sometimes.
Yeah, that's a very good point. You kind of surround yourself and you have people that complement your strengths and talents, and that makes you obviously provide a better service to the clients when you have a strong team with different talents.
Correct.
So what do clients say after working with you that makes you feel like you're delivering something no one else can?
I always ask at the closing how they feel with the process, if I can improve something, if everyone was nice with them. And they are always like happy. So once in a while, they give me a feedback that is not good, but it's usually they are happy with the entire process. I think I'm doing something good that they feel happy, or at least at closing. No, maybe after closing, some of them they find stuff like everyone that maybe they are not happy with. But at closing, they say that thanks for your patience, thanks for always being there, thank you for answering always the phone, thank you for being available. So I think I'm just trying to be present in the entire process.
Yes, and then that feedback's really important, like you say, because there can be things that you tweak and improve on the next one as well, in case that rare occasion happens where something was a little bit aside from what their optimal choice would have been in a process.
Yes, and I try to listen. I want to be better.
Absolutely. So buying a home, especially for the first-time homebuyers or immigrant families, can feel overwhelming. How do you make that process less stressful?
Okay, so I try to just remember the first transactions that I had. I have the same patience. We need to remember that this is what we do every day. But they don't purchase a house every day. So you need to be patient. That every single person, they understand stuff different. That you need to have a different approach with every single one and accommodate to the way that they want to communicate.
Absolutely. And can you share a specific example of a family who faced a big challenge and how you helped them overcome it?
I started like doing real estate about like 24 or 25 years ago. I was one of the first realtors in Minnesota. And I remember in the beginning, not only one family, several families that they didn't think that the dream to purchase a house was possible. And I think I have changed generations because I helped the grandpa and after that the father, and now I'm helping the kids. So that means that whatever I was doing or I'm doing, I'm changing lives, no? Because in the first generation was not even in their mind was something that was not possible, being immigrants. And I make that happen because I am a person that always try to find a way to make something work. If you are not ready to purchase a house, I try to sit down with you and have a plan. So I have been doing that all my career. And I think at this point, I have changed generations.
Yeah, that's so rewarding. And to be able to create generational wealth when those first generation families didn't feel they could even afford a house. And now it's become maybe the norm and the expectation for those future generations. It's just definitely rewarding when those kids and grandkids come back to you and now you're helping them as well go through that same process. That's awesome.
Yes, really happy to have the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, so this is my favorite part of the show. Tell us about a buyer or family you've helped who left a lasting impression on you.
Oh, so many families that I'm trying to remember one specific one, but always, like the things that touch me a lot is when a single mother that when they just get divorced and they want a chance because they are hurt and they just want one person to give them the chance. I take that really personal because I want that woman have the confidence if she is able to purchase a house after being divorced, to have a house for the kids. She's going to feel that proud. She's going to feel proud. And it's going to be a better mother, and all that confidence that maybe is a little bit gone is going to come back. So I take those cases. I help a lot, like I know that sometimes they cannot afford a big house, but I just try to do my best so they have a place for them and their kids.
Yeah, well, moments like that are powerful. What keeps you motivated to keep going at such a high level year after year?
I like to help people to purchase houses. I just happy that the Hispanic community is being so strong in real estate, because that means that if we are improving the economy doing this, maybe we are going to have more stuff to help the community. If people, they think that we are good for United States because we are helping the economy, I think it's a good thing for Hispanics, and that motivates me. That it's not only the numbers, no, because I am a competitive person and I feel really good oh, I did that again or whatever. I know that eventually maybe I'm not going to be the number one or the number two or whatever, but it's just the other part that is not only my personality to being competitive and try to do the best. Is the other part of like as a community being stronger.
Absolutely. So let's talk resources. What tools, systems, or programs do you use that really change the experience for your clients?
So I'm really organized. So I have a system that has steps, and I always follow the same steps. So the clients, they feel in control because I explain everything that is going to happen. So if you set up the expectations of what is going to happen, people is happy. When you don't explain what is going to happen, they are a little bit lost and frustrated. But if you say, we are going to do this, and after that, we are going to do this, and after that, they feel okay because they have the control of what is going on.
Now, that's a very good point. You're absolutely right, because even if you've been through this process a few times as a home buyer on the second or third home, you're not doing it every year, and it changes what those processes are. So to explain that ahead of time, they're prepared for it, they're expecting it, they're not surprised, and it gives them a comfort for sure.
And the markets change. Even that you have been doing this, you purchase a house 5 times, every market is different. So if you purchase a house in 2018 or 2005, it's going to be different because sometimes you are not in a competition to make the best offer. Now it's a seller's market. Now it's a buyer's market.
And that's why your role is so important to help advise them, because it's exactly what you say is we have these markets where it's a seller's market, and then sellers think that the next time they put that house up for sale, it's going to be a seller's market, but it isn't always a seller's market. So you have to educate them on, here's the things to expect, and to help them to understand that. Same thing on the buyer's side is that when it's a buyer's market, that's different than when it's a seller's market. The buyers have to approach that offer or that purchase agreement offer in a different way. So that's a great point.
Yeah.
And what about new agents or even clients listening? Are there specific resources or strategies you'd recommend they lean on?
So I think just for new agents, it's different, no? Because I think new agents, they need to look everything that is available and take whatever works for them. No, because it's so many things.
Yes.
And for new buyers, so I think the most important is that even that they are not ready to purchase a house, they sit down with a professional and see if they are ready or what they need to be doing to be ready in a few months. So instead of like looking for information in the internet that probably is not going to apply to you.
Yeah.
No, it's when we Google headache and we end having cancer. No, like, so the internet is good, but sometimes it doesn't apply to you. Okay. So it's better to sit down with one of us, have a plan, check the credit, see the papers, talk about the work history, and we are going to advise them.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because you can get some pretty interesting answers on the internet. And you also, like you say, many of the things don't apply to you, and you have to be really super careful. And some of the things aren't even necessarily accurate that you get from the internet. So that's why it's so important to have an expert like you and your team to help them through that journey. Mm-hmm. So walk us through the client journey from the first call to closing day. What do buyers and sellers experience when they work with you?
Okay, so when you call me, I try to set up an appointment. I have 3 offices, so they come to one of my office, wherever is closer. I take a little kind of application with the name and address, the jobs and whatever. I ask them if they need help with a referral for a loan officer. And I usually ask them to bring the papers. So if they want to do that, I send the papers to a loan officer. So I help them, no? Because not all of them, they have a scanner or So I facilitate, I put little piece of paper with all the information, the jobs and everything, plus all the papers, and I send them to the loan officer if they want me to do that. Otherwise, they can do that. Okay? And I always say, I'm going to recommend you this loan officer if you want me to recommend you a loan officer. But if you don't feel okay, we can try other loan officers. So I gave them the option that we can look for more options.
Yes.
After that, when I receive the pre-approval, they go with the loan officer. We explain the terms, or the loan officer explain the terms, and we start talking about the kind of house that they are looking to buy. And I say, what is the way to set up the appointments? Because we remember that I have another kind of model, that I am a solo agent with showing agents. So my clients, they can look at a house between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday to Sunday. So I explain what is the way to send the houses, and I have a showing coordinator. So when they send a text, the showing coordinator set the appointment. We send one of the real estate agents. And the job of the real estate agent is to show the house and be nice. If they want to make an offer, they need an advice, or they have questions, they know that they can come in.
Yes.
Yeah, and after that, when we find the house, they make the inspections or whatever we need to do until the day of the closing. We do the final walkthrough before the closing to check that everything is okay at the house.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely a start to finish process, and yeah, it's exciting on that closing day, isn't it? How rewarding that is for you, and they're excited about getting another new home. So it's probably for me, it's the funnest part of the job is on that being part of that closing day.
We are so happy.
Yeah. So if someone is on the fence about reaching out, maybe they think they aren't ready yet, what would you say to them?
Just do it. You don't lose anything. And everyone has 30 minutes. No, instead of watching TV, another 30 minutes, set an appointment with me, or with you, or with another realtor or loan officer, and just talk about it. Just sometimes you think that it's something that is not possible, and you are going to be surprised just to talk to one of us, because there are so many resources, so many helps that people can use, that you don't necessarily need to have a lot of money to purchase a house. Sometimes I feel that renting a house is a little bit more difficult in these times, because you need to fill out applications and pay for the application. And now there are people that are cloning the listings and they put it in the internet.
Yeah. So
they are renting houses that they are not for rent. And it's a little messy, the renting thing. And I think it's so difficult. So before your lease is expired, just set an appointment a few months before, and maybe you have a chance to purchase a house, and the next time that you move is going to be to your house.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. I have a lot of folks that we're working on. Maybe they need to work a little on their credit, or maybe they need to save up a little bit to get their earnest money put together. We happen to have several zero down payment options for folks, so that definitely lessens that load that they have to have from an upfront resource aspect. And because in most places right now, the buyers have kind of a bit of an advantage in this buyer's market side of things, we are seeing the seller credit more often, which can help offset those closing costs. And so it's really exactly what you said. It's important to start this early just to see what are my options. Are the things that I need to do from a planning standpoint? We have a process with credit that we're able to do called the what if simulator. And in many cases, we can do really change a person's credit score within a few days, within 5 business days, if it's simply a matter of paying down a couple of credit cards so that we get them into that ability to boost the numbers and do it through this rapid rescore process. So there's lots of options, but if you don't have that meeting and have that visit, you don't know what your options are. So it's a very good advice, I think.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to take a few minutes of their days just to make a phone call.
Absolutely. And in my opinion, this is the best time to purchase as well, because as these rates come down, which they are coming down, and that's what all the experts are predicting, It's going to come back to that market where we have multiple offers on a house and people offering more than the asking price and things like that. So then it becomes a seller's market again. And here at CMG, we have a program called Rate Rebound. So for 5 years, we will refinance after that first 6 months for free. No origination fee, no processing fee, we waive the appraisal. So you can take advantage of this buyer's market and get your best deal, maybe get that seller credit. But at the same time, protect yourself in the future that we'll get that rate lower for you as it moves down. So I really think this is a perfect time for buyers to be, considering stepping into the ownership position.
To be honest, I like this market for buyers because the market is stable. You don't have to be making super extreme offers. And in the future, when the interest rate is lower, you refinance. But in the other market, when the interest rate is super low, you are competing with a lot of people and you overpay. So I prefer this market, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. It scares me when people are overpaying. Like it really does, because they're kind of placing a bet on the future that the value is going to kind of make itself up to that number. So I agree with you 100%. This is a lot better market, in my opinion, to be a buyer of a home and get into a home, because you're going to get a fair price and you're going to get the most opportunities of whether it's a seller credit or lender credit, those kinds of things. So
yeah.
Good. So Artemisa, thank you so much for sharing your story and wisdom with us today. Your journey from Mexico City to #1 in Minnesota and top ranked nationally is an incredible inspiration. For our listeners, if you're buying or selling in Minnesota, or if you want an expert who has guided thousands of families into homes, make your first stop artemisaboston.com or follow her on Instagram or at Artemisa Boston. And in their show notes, we'll also have those links to her websites as well. And as always, if you're ready to get pre-approved, explore loan options, or need financing tailored to your unique situation, visit us at dreamhomepodcast.com or reach out to me directly at CMG Home Loans. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the Dream Home Podcast. Artemisa, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time to visit with us today on the podcast. We've really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thanks for listening to the Dream Home Podcast, hosted by John Nagle. Ready to take the next step toward your dream home? Visit www.dreamhomepodcast.com for resources, tips, and expert advice. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe, leave a review, and join us next time for more real estate insights and mortgage tips. Until then, happy home hunting.